Greetings, welcome to Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration, the channel where hope grows inspiration, y'all. Thank you for being here this evening. So, yesterday I was on the channel, I couldn't find my glasses. I got my glasses today, but there's a glare in them. I might have to take them off. I don't know. Might not need them today, actually, because I know what I want to say. You know, that just reminded me of something. Y'all, do you have movies that you watch like for your whole life and you can find like a line to say? That go-to movie for me is like Color Purple. And right now I just said, I know what I want to say. But then in my mind I heard, I am so silly. My name ain't Squeak. My name is Mary Agnes, and I'm fixing to sing. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. So I'm just really silly like that, but that's what happens. I will just come up with a Color Purple line, and that just happened. Transparency is key when you get to know people, when you're trying to get to know people, right? I want y'all to get to know me a little bit more. I'm not so serious all the time. Sometimes I say unfortunately, and sometimes I say fortunately, because I am the one that will start giggling at the most inappropriate time and can't stop. And it's not because I'm being defiant, or it's not because I've got a bad attitude or I'm being rebellious. It's just because when I start laughing, I can't stop. God made me like that. So I try not to be in situations or places where if I start laughing, that, you know, it's okay to continue. Oh my gosh. I never laugh at anyone's pain, though. I just have to bring that to the forefront. I never laugh at anyone's pain. I never laugh at anyone's misery. I might laugh at my own. And, you know, transmute that pain into something that's beautiful, like promise, or just a joke. I've had to do that a lot of times in my life, but yeah, anyway, let's move forward. Today, I'm jumping on the channel, not the chat like this. I end up doing that every time though, don't I? When I'm on the channel is, this is your first time you've been on the channel, I jump on the channel to let you know that episode, the most recent episode of my daily inspirational podcast, Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration, it has been produced and published and is available for listening in the podcast platform links down below in the description box. Okay, y'all check out today's episode. Okay, it was all about this. You know, it was about, we really need to get a grip on how we are talking to God about everything. Sometimes we convince ourselves that we are praying. Sometimes we convince ourselves that we are talking to God, but we're literally talking at Him. We're like following some kind of routine or some type of ritual that really is not the business. You know, we literally need to intentionally be getting up and talking to God every day. It should be our goal to ask God, where do we go? What do we do? How should we do it? Even when it comes down to picking out an outfit. And we have brains. God has given us the ability to do all of these things on our own, but when it becomes a struggle, when anything is a struggle, we can't look at anyone else's problems, and we can't look at what someone else is going through. When we have any type of struggle, we need to sit back and we need to think, did I really pray about that? Have I prayed about that yet? Have I talked to God about that yet? Do you know? Because y'all, prayer changes everything. It changes everything for the best. Even, look, I'm gonna say it like this. So there are no holes in this, okay? I'm not saying that prayer changes in a situation instantly. Look, the whole world has prayed for Corona to go away, and it's still here, and it's getting worse. It's not what I'm talking about. But what the whole world had to do was, y'all, please give me a second. The plane is going by. what the whole world had to do was start to pray. Start to pray for our families, start to pray for our finances, start to pray for our health, start to pray for our safety and safety for others. We had to learn how to pray again. And it made kind of like this thing a little easier, didn't it? Because now, there was one time that we couldn't even, I don't know, it's still out there, but we don't seem to be taking it as seriously as we did the first days. We're going on a year, right? Well, it's because we've been praying about it. It made it easier. Okay, so I just listened to this episode in its entirety down in the podcast platform links below, down in the description box. And we're just going to wrap up this video with a pretty little bow and talk about a little bit more inspiration. Okay, so I just want to talk about this, and then I'm going to keep this video short tonight. Not that I don't want to be here, but I decided today that I'm going to actively practice keeping at least the video to 15 minutes. I know I've said that before, and I tried it, and I was successful a couple of times, but it's because I did that on purpose. Lately I've backed away and I've just been talking like I'm doing right now. Do you see how easy it is for me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so anyway, let me just move forward, y'all. It is just so very cool that y'all are part of this experience. All of this that I'm doing is a learning experience. All of this is a first time thing. All of this is new to me. And it's so special to know that there are people that I really don't know that are sharing this experience with me. And one day, maybe we will get to know each other one day. I don't know. Or maybe we won't. But the bottom line is there'll be some transparency, and there'll be a little bit of personal things a personal exchange of some very good energy, which I think is fantastic. Don't you? Okay, let me move forward, y'all. I'm so goofy, but I think this is so cool. This is very cool. I don't know how else to say it, but okay. So y'all, and speaking of very cool, okay, this is what we have to start doing. When we want these cool things to start happening in our lives, let me put it this way, because I believe now that I'm doing a little living. I was living before, but I'm really living right now because I'm trying to understand life. It makes it a little different. Living, that is. I have so much appreciation for it. We need to really start to ask God to help us with something. This is what I want to talk about. You know how we say, oh God, help me with my belief, right? And it sounds like a very good place to start, y'all. But I'm starting to understand. I heard it somewhere before. I want to say it was my pastor that said it. I have a note written down where I heard it somewhere before. And it's in a notebook that I take everywhere. So it could have been anywhere that I heard these words of wisdom. But I ran across it again recently. And it just hit my spirit yes, I understand that now. Now listen, y'all. We ask God to help us with things, including our belief. Right? God help us with our belief. But check this out, y'all. It's a little bit deeper than that. Do you know what's a little bit more critical, a little bit vital? Is to ask Him to help us with our unbelief. Do you see what I mean? We don't need help with what we believe. We already believe it. But all those things that we don't believe, that we need to believe, in ourselves, first and foremost, that God's plan is perfect. We can get so angry and we can get so down that we can't find a reason or a way to even think that God is real, let alone loves us. Do you think I haven't been to that place before? Oh, I've been there before. I didn't like it. I'm never going back there. It's not a place for us to be. That place should be empty. That place should have 0 occupants. Not trusting God should be a place that's empty. But oh, it's so full. And I used to be. It wasn't so bad like I just defied God, like God does not exist. But I really did think that his love was for another type of person, the righteous ones. Oh, I walked away from God's love because I thought I did not deserve it, because someone righteous told me that I did not. Oh, you don't deserve God's love. But why did Jesus love me first then? Why did God love me first then? When I say me, I mean us. It's a very good question to ask ourselves when we begin to doubt ourselves and we begin to doubt this whole plan. Yes, y'all, there are going to be things that happen, that come to us, challenging times that are going to present themselves to us. I'm nervous right now thinking about it. I have both of my parents still. My mother turned 74 years old yesterday. And I had a couple of moments that snuck in there that made my stomach, kind of get in a knot, because I can't see my life without my mother or my father. But it's one of those things that we have to face. It's inevitable, right? But that's what I'm talking about. It's like I need God to help me with those types of things, because right now I can't see it. There's things that we're going to have to face. We can't see where we're going to get that strength from. Can't. See, can't is an unbelief. It's an unbelief. We can't see it. We need God to help us with those things we can't see, that we can't imagine. See, remember, if we can't imagine it, we can't ask for it. So if we can't imagine strength, we can't ask for it. So we need to imagine this strength. We need to imagine this patience. We need to imagine, what does it look like? Well, sometimes we don't want to think about those things. We don't have to. But let's imagine when those things that are inevitable and those things that we don't want to think about do come. We just imagine that we will get through. God is there. And it's okay. It's okay. So, listen. Here's the problem. And I think this is a problem, y'all. Oh my gosh. I really feel these things. And see, here's the problem. We have a fear, okay? And remember where fear is, that love can't be there. So we need to be able to let love in. We have to let go of fear. So easy to say, right? Yeah, because, this is unbelief. This is what unbelief is like. It's the fear. Remember, we don't have any place in our spirit for fear, but it ends up there, doesn't it? See, and there's a fear of old pain. We don't want it anymore. And there's a fear of new life. We don't know what to expect. See, and we've already been through a part of life where we didn't know what to expect, and then maybe it hit us harder than a bus. Maybe it tickled our fancy. We don't know. We didn't know until it got there. And sometimes it's exhausting. Oh, it's so exhausting. So there is a fear. And unbelief is a fear of that old pain. But y'all, guess what? It's old and it's gone. We don't think about it. It's not going to come back. We talked about that in today's podcast too. And there's a fear of new life, because again, we don't know what to expect. And before, we didn't know what to expect, and we landed on our face, and it hurt. And we looked like fools, and we felt stupid, and we had to do it over again, didn't we? Well, sometimes we have to. And see, this is the thing. Although fearing old pain and fearing new life, it requires two different types of patience that we need for ourselves. We need to come up from deep inside, and we need to pull up some really good patience, right? And two different kinds. Like I said, there's a different patience that you have for old fear, and there's a different patience that you have for new life. Old fear, you're reasoning. There's a lot of reasoning in that. You have memories to draw from. You have experiences to draw from. It's different. There's something solid there. New life, there's no experience there yet. It's just a whole bunch of faith. So a whole bunch of walking out on faith. So it's two different types of patience that we have to practice. But oh my goodness, I've got some good news. It requires the same kind of forgiveness. We don't need to switch that up. We need to forgive ourselves. And we need to go to God. And we need to tell him, we need to ask him to not only help us forgive ourselves, but to forgive us also for not listening. We knew better. Most of the time we know better, because that's that first mind that the old folks talk about. Those wise people that are in our lives. The people that tell us things that we can't find on Google. They talk about our first mind. We've got one. It's always the right answer first, and we talk ourselves out of it. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then guess what else too? It takes the same kind of forgiveness, and that is fantastic. Different kind of patience, same kind of forgiveness, and most importantly, same unconditional love. God doesn't switch up on us at all, ever. He doesn't switch up. So, here's what I want to say out of all that, okay? God gives us ways like prayer is our way. And he gives us all kinds of ways and times and reasons and ideas and, fashions to pray. There's meditation. There's writing it down. There's saying it out loud. There's thinking it silently. There's a 2-word prayer, 3-word, God, thank you. And then there's a kind that you can sit and be on your face for 5 days. I'm not going to be the one doing that. But I will say thank you all day. It just depends on your assignments. It depends on your assignment, y'all. Our relationship with God is intimate, and he knows us. And how we talk to him should not be the way someone else talks to him. That's their deal. That's not our business. God is our deal. That's our business. So we just need to talk to him, learn how to talk to him, go to him with everything. Forgive ourselves enough to go to him with everything. So we can ask him to forgive us for not believing him, to help us with that unbelief. God continues to make ways for us to find our way to him. All right? And we need to bless his name for that. Okay? All right, y'all. That's it for the video. I am going to just go ahead and tell y'all thank you for being here. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, because I really thought that this was going to be a short one. And as usual, hold on for the plane, y'all, to pass by. As usual, it was not a short video. I just have so much fun doing this. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to the podcast today. Today's episode, listen to it in its entirety. And remember, whenever you're done with that one, you have 141 more to listen to. Okay? Also, today's blog is written, and you can find that also down in the description box. Second or the third link up, it's the GoDaddy link or my Facebook link. And then also, y'all like this video, okay? Comment and share, okay? Help me start getting these videos out into the YouTube world algorithm, okay? And we can just start getting this thing going. I want to do so many things. But I've experimented with a live video, and I didn't have anyone watching. So I'm not going to be able to do that until I get some more followers. It's just, or what do you call it, subscribers, not followers. It's not going to happen any other way. So, let's work on that, please. Y'all help me with that, and subscribe to the video so we can start, subscribe to the channel so we can start getting some videos out there live. Okay? And thank you so much. Y'all, I hope this video is meeting you and yours. Feeling great. feeling just as cool and easy and breezy as this music we've been playing all along. She's some good stuff. God bless you and yours, y'all. And I will see you here tomorrow on this channel to exchange some awesome